I don't know what they're transitioning into, but these dudes are like musical geniuses, I'm guessing, to say the least, right? The music gives me a sense of drifting or like floating. And they're doing something with the lyrics and the music simultaneously with the way they wrote this. And it's kind of like this concept of hypnosis where back and forth. All right, you guys, welcome back to another episode of Liner Notes. This is where I do first-time reactions to songs on vinyl. Today, I've been checking out the album Asia by STEELY Dan, and I've literally got my socks blown off. I mean, it literally made me bald. It singed all my hair. I'm playing. But anyways, for real though, I reacted to Peg first and then Deacon Blues. And I had a connection with both of those songs. For me, Peg, the music sonically got me the most, but Deacon Blues, the overall package, that's right now my number one Steely Dan song. Now I was going to react to a bunch of different records today, but I just want to keep this energy going. This Steely Dan, this Asia album, just from those two songs is so fire. I wanted to listen to the track Asia, right? The name of the album's Asia, and it's the title track. I was like, I can't leave this recording session without listening to that song. Now, I do kind of regret that I can't sit here and actually listen to both sides and just listen to the album back to back, but I think this would do it a little bit of justice because this record, the other thing is what I'm noticing, the sound and mix and engineering on this record is bonkers, you guys. Anyways, if you guys are here for this first time reaction, like, share, comment, subscribe. I'm your boy, Black Pegasus, as always. This video is brought to you by Dumb Audio. They supplied me this cool sound system and turntable. If you want to check out some of their stuff or even purchase a turntable, I'll link it in the description with the discount code with my name and all that. But let's continue to focus on the music. Let's get this popping. I queued the record. This is track number 2 on side A, and it's Asia. I'm checking out the title track from Steely Dan right now. Let's get it popping. This one's already slower than the other two by far. Feels emotional almost.
Up on the hill, people never stand. They just don't care. Chinese music under banyan tree. Here at the Dude Ranch above the sea. Asia, when all my dime dancing is through, I run to you. Up on the hill, they've got time to burn. There's no return. Double helix in the sky tonight. Blow out the hardware. Let's do it right. Asia, when all my dime dancing is through, I run to you.
Bro. We will bring it back. I promise I'll bring it back. I don't know what they're transitioning into, but these dudes are like musical geniuses, I'm guessing, to say the least, right? I mean, you guys let me know. I'm just a guest kind of looking through the window right now. Bruh. The music gives me a sense of drifting, like drifting or like floating, and then it picks up. And they're doing something with the lyrics and the music simultaneously. Now, I could go overboard again about how great the production is, how there's these very, it's so detailed, and the complex musicianship that I'm hearing. But I already did that on the last two reactions. So I'm just stating it here to let it be known that I realize that and I hear it. But when I hear this craftsmanship or this, you are now witnessing a master at work, with the way they wrote this. Now, he said Chinese, and when I said I first saw the art, it was reminiscent to me of like samurai, like that, like the face. You can tell it is an Asian person peeking through the artwork, that shadow with the red and white. But for some reason, the red and white and then the way they wrote Asia reminded me of one of my favorite movies, Shogun Assassin. So it reminded me of like samurai culture, but they mentioned Chinese culture or Eastern, which we'd start talking about Eastern philosophy. And I think that has something to do with this record. Now, I could be totally wrong here, but there's this moment where it says, basically, I'm just going to paraphrase. He's like, when I decide to stop dancing or whatever, I feel like it's a symbol when I give up the fast life, Asia, I'm coming home to you. Then the music slows down. And that's the tell for me. That's when I was like, oh, these dudes are like musical masterminds, because now we're playing with the music and the conceptuality of the lyrics, where they're going. And what I'm envisioning in my interpretation, first listen, is that we're talking about this fast-paced, I don't know, maybe your mind is too busy. Maybe your life is too busy. Maybe you're partying all the time. Whatever it is, there's this busyness. But when you finally come to your senses, you're going to slow it down and find peace. And I might be going overboard right here, but this concept of Asia and like, let's say Eastern philosophy, where there is like this more focus on, let's say, meditation and trying to, find this internal peace instead of letting your mind just be busy. I could be reaching here. I could be tripping, but like these dudes seem pretty legit. And I think that's what they're leaning towards. And this is like a masterclass in making music and songs, like songwriting, musicianship, instrumentation, all of that. And I don't know. Again, I'm just a guy on YouTube that likes to vibe with y'all to the music. Also, I don't know, like in these reactions, this isn't my normal setup, and I don't know where to look. I'm just vibing. But the one thing I wanted to tell you guys that feels really different is having this turntable in front of me. As it spins, I just want to look at it. And it's kind of like this concept of hypnosis, where back and forth. And I feel like I just get deeper into the music. And I didn't realize that the physical aspect of music, I'm just so used to hearing a wave file, knowing that I can touch this and then also see this. I can touch this record, but also being able to see it physically turn. There's something happening in my psyche or psychological being. I don't know if that makes sense to you guys, but it's just what's happening. So I'm trying to explain all these different things. But anyways, let's go. Let's bring it back a little bit and let's listen.
When all my dying dancing is through, I run to you.
There's that floating part. Hold On. We have to talk about that. Now, I will bring it back a little bit. Man, there's so much to try to. I just let it play for a little bit, you know? There's so much to unwrap there. One, that last moment with the drums and I believe the saxophone, it was almost like a battle, but the drums just started shining. Like the homie on the drums was going crazy. And it, it kind of reminds me of the concept of The Devil Went Down to Georgia, and they're having the battle with the fiddle back and forth, but it's a drum and saxophone. I was like, dog, what are we doing? But the music, we went to different places. I felt like we were at a certain place, then we slowed down as I just paused it. We went to different places musically, and this just reminds me of this time where we highlighted the musicianship and the instrumentation a lot more than we do in present day. I believe that is a big part of music that's been kind of killed by the manufacturing of formulaic music just to sell records to an audience. And when you look back, records were sold from this. Like, I've heard this now, the Pink Floyds. These are still hit records. Like, people are really consuming like real art in like its real, I'd almost say truest form. That's what I feel like I'm getting here. Also, man, I'm all over the place. But when I've heard all of these records today, I found out that De La Soul sampled that joint Peg. But I wouldn't be surprised if hip hop producers sampled this record, because there's a lot of cool jazzy stuff in there. And that moment, I felt like we went into just like a pure jazz, like I'm in a little jazz lounge or bar. Like we went into a pure jam session of jazz musicians, and it's not even over yet. Like it's not even over. Again, this is a moment in time where we're highlighting instrumentation and actual musicianship instead of just vocals, which the present moment we live in, where the stuff you hear on radio, you're not even really getting guitar solos like that anymore. It's just all about the front man, the vocals, etc. And I think doing reactions, I've come to just appreciate the musicianship a little more, even though I might not know what's going on. It's kind of like in martial arts or football or basketball. You don't have to know every move. Oh, that's a pick and roll. Oh, that's a blitz. Oh, that's a rear naked choke. You don't have to know all that's going on to watch it and be like, yo, that was awesome. To feel the energy, to see the play, to be like, wow. And so that's how I kind of approach this. And you guys kind of egg it on, and I just keep learning as I go. So appreciate that. But let's finish this record. I think we have a little more to go. It's actually a really long song, but it's just so music. Oh, I didn't even talk about the little piano notes. They're playing those piano notes to be like to sound like something from the Orient, but without being cringy, right? Because there's these certain notes where it's like ding, 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 ding. They're not doing that, but it's still like they're giving a shout out to this like maybe Eastern philosophy or the Orient in general, and that little piano sound there, it's reoccurring. They keep bringing in. The title track is Asia, right? It's spelled AJA, but there's something to that as well that I picked up on. Anyways, a lot of cool stuff going on. I'm gonna bring this back, and we're gonna listen to it further. Here we go. So we had the battle. Now we slowing it down a little bit, getting that massage, holla at your boy. These pianos are nice. The guitar's nice, everything, bro.
Up on the hill, they think I'm okay, or so they say. Shining
Those builds are incredible. All right, if you've been thinking about leveling up your sound setup without getting lost in all the tech nerd madness, you gotta check out Dumb Audio. This sound system is built for people who love music and not apps, software, updates, not all the complicated setups, just pure clean sound. You plug it in, drop the needle, and it sounds fire. The turntable comes ready right out of the box with an Orphan cartridge already installed, built-in preamp, auto stop, legit plug and play, and the speakers. Bluetooth, optical, USB-C, RCA, whatever you're running, it can connect. You've also got tone controls and custom remote, so you can dial everything exactly the way you like it. Best part, everything you need is already included. There's no extra cables, no extra gear, no extra stress. Just clean, powerful, reliable sound in any room. And if you use my code, Black Pegasus, you get an additional 5% off from the normal discount. So if you want that classic hi-fi experience without the headache, hit the link and tap in with Dumb Audio. All the information you need will be in the description below. You know, he kind of sealed it when he started talking about the Chinese music. I'm on the hill. They think I'm okay. Asia. When I'm done, you know, again, this concept of the fast life. And when I'm done with the fast life, I will go home to Asia. And I think it's more of a conceptual thing. I don't know. You know, that's how I feel about it. Asia, the concept of Asia is, in my opinion, this peaceful state. And that's just from, you know, thinking about Eastern philosophy and meditation. You know, it's funny because my first love has always been martial arts, right? And I love the kung fu flicks and the Japanese samurai flicks. And that was always a reoccurring theme in kung fu flicks, were the monks meditating, right? And I would get into the Japanese, you know, the samurai or even the Ronin, like they meditated. They took time to clear their mind and stop all the busyness. But since he specifically said Chinese music, we'll lean back into more of the, you know, the Chinese kung fu flicks with the monks and that Eastern philosophy of, you know, the meditative state and clearing your mind and being in the present moment, and that giving you, you know, power at some certain, you know, metric by having that peace of mind and being in that moment. And it's so interesting how they positioned it with like dancing. And I'm thinking of, you know, this lifestyle of maybe even being a musician, being on the road, maybe trapped in your day-to-day hustle, whatever it is. I think it was more symbolic of that chaos and then going to a peaceful state, and Asia representing that peaceful state. And what's really fun with this record, even though I don't know a ton about jazz, there are these moments of explosiveness and even chaos in jazz where it's like, I can't really follow the signature. They just going crazy all over the place. But that's these special moments where the musicians are showing you how good they are. And I'm just learning that, you know? So I think there's a lot of parallels and interesting things that this connects with the lyrics, the concept, and the music. And again, this is up there with Deacon Blues. Still, Deacon Blues is my favorite. Out of all of these songs I've reacted to, number 1 would be Deacon Blues, number 2 would be Peg, and number 3 would be Asia. But they all... Now, Deacon Blues was the full package for me, and then the other ones hit home runs in certain areas. Like, I really liked the nature of the music going to so many different places and really just highlighting the instrumentation on Asia. That was probably my favorite part of this record. But then the concept being deeper and kind of cryptic. Like, I don't know what they meant, but this might be one of those records where they didn't know, like they didn't want you to like hit it dead on. It's kind of really left to interpretation. I don't know. When we talk about you are now watching a master at work, that's what I feel like, you know, I'm guessing these are like people who are what we'd call a musical genius. I think we regard Pink Floyd as that, Alan Parsons, stuff like that. So you guys let me know. I'm learning and I'm all for this. If you enjoy these reactions on vinyl, let me know in the comments. I'm not sure how much I'm going to do. It's a lot harder to set up. It's not my normal flow, but if you guys really show up and like, nah, do this, P, we rock with this setting, I'll do a little bit more, but I'm just not sure. But I actually enjoy the physical aspect of watching the vinyl spin and all of that. So I need you guys to show up in the comments and let me know, and we're about to ride off into the sunset. Don't forget, if you guys want to check out this sound system and turntable, there'll be a link in the description. It's available for sale now. I got a discount code in there. But most important thing is the music. Go support the original artists on their platforms, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace!